Hey, Eric.
Hey Rich, how are you?
Good, man. Doing well on this Friday. It's a TGIF kind of thing going.
Yeah,
How have you been?
good. Just hanging in there. Still in the quarantine phase.
Yeah, I know. So, thanks for joining us tonight.
No
Just wanted
problem.
to kick off with, tell us a little bit about yourself, your work, and what you'll be discussing today with us.
Yeah, so I'm an interior designer from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I have a bachelor's degree in interior design from Indiana University of Pennsylvania. And
Nice.
like you said, I do mostly residential work, specializing in kitchen and baths. But my full-time job is a store planner for a major sporting goods company. Um, yeah, that's about it.
Okay, well, that's a lot.
Yeah.
You do all that in addition to your design work. So, talk to me a little bit about who your biggest influences are, the people you admire, and why.
Yeah, so I'm gonna split that up into like personal and professional. Personal, I'd probably be my parents just because of how hard they worked, and I had some medical issues in college, and they've always stuck by my side and drove cross country or flew cross country for surgeries with me. Um, so they've always just encouraged me to do what I'm passionate about, and always stayed with me. And then professionally, I would say probably Tariq Al Musa and Chip and Joanna Gaines from HGTV, just because of the empire that they built off of just the TV show and the
Yeah.
products that they sell along with it, and how they just built this brand off of doing what they love.
Yeah, that's cool. So tell us about the hashtag strategy you recommend for interior designers looking to get their content discovered on Instagram.
Yeah, so hashtags my biggest thing. Instagram gives you 30 hashtags on every post, so you better use all of them, but using the correct ones is the hardest part. So basically, you figure out what your niche is. Obviously, we're all interior designers. You don't really want to use the interior design hashtag because they usually trend around like 10 to 12 million. So you're going to get lost in that.
Hmm.
Um, so what I usually do is I find if I'm trying to get my base or my following and my likes from my Pittsburgh, like locally or nationwide. That's how you try to figure out your hashtags. Be interior design Pittsburgh or interior design, and then like the 4-digit or the 3-digit code for your phone number. Like Pittsburgh, it's 412, so that's a big hashtag in Pittsburgh. So it's really just based off of where you are and who you want to look for. So basically, there's apps out there that will tell you the trending hashtags in your area. So that's always a big thing. Just go in your app store and find one of those apps. And I usually try to stick to those same hashtags just because once you start getting the following, they're going to search through those hashtags. And that's when you start connecting with similar and like-minded people.
Yeah, awesome. Um, how do you recommend interacting with other interior designers on Instagram?
So basically, the way I did it is through the hashtags. But once I figure out, I start following some people that are kind of like me, or I like their style or how they present themselves on social media. And you just make sure you comment, you like their posts. You'll
Okay.
see if you gradually keep doing that, they'll follow you, and you'll kind of get a connection with you guys. You can do messaging, just kind of start a collaboration together, meet up in real life if you're brave enough and you trust that. um, but yeah, building the relationships on Instagram is huge, especially in our industry. Even if it's not just interior designers, if it's someone that's selling tile or countertops, something in how it's going to help you in your business, always make those connections because you never know when you're going to need them.
Yeah, that's good advice. Do you find that the hashtag you said we can get up to 30 of those with each of the posts? Do you find being specific like hashtag interior design Pittsburgh or hashtag interior design would you even go deeper than just Pittsburgh and even down to a county, or do you think a city is a good enough hit for that?
I would look at before you even post, kind of like do your own research on what the hashtag is. If you search the hashtag and there's only like maybe like 50 posts on there,
Yeah.
people aren't going to be looking at them. So just kind of do your research, and I kind of stay above probably like 5,000 to about 50,000. Just depends on how frequently when people are posting about it. If they're people haven't posted on it that hashtag for a week, you're
Yeah.
not going to get much traction on your post or anybody kind of going onto your profile.
Okay. That's good. That's really good advice. Thanks for that. So a big question people always have is how to compare your page to others in terms of likes, followers, and engagement. What's your thoughts on that?
For comparing your page, so I don't like really comparing myself or my page to anyone, but I know a lot of people do. I think that's a big thing with our, especially like my generation. People compare their lives to what they see on social media, which is a horrible habit to get into. And that's same with when you're running your Instagram account for your business.
Mhm.
You don't know the stories behind how much pain and work got to get to the point where they have so many followers and so many likes. So I wouldn't really compare yourself to that. Maybe set that as your goal. I know in the beginning I reached out to some people that I looked up to. They had more followers than me. They had cooler content, and they just seemed like they had a grasp on the Instagram thing.
Yeah.
People love giving advice, so just reach out to them and see what they'll say. There are some people out there that will charge you for it, but I've never done that. And you just say thanks so much, and move on. But there's a lot of people out there that are willing to help, which is an awesome thing.
Yeah, the design community that's been consistent with. We've had your our sixth live event, and
Mhm.
all of the designers have been extremely giving in just the way they talk about sharing information. Nobody's holding hostage here. I think the cool thing about it is everyone's looking to build the community up, which I think is fantastic.
Exactly, and that goes with in your area. Like I still follow interior designers that are, 10 minutes from me. Most people think, why do you do that? That's your competitor, but that's how you learn inspiration. That's how you learn connections, because they might know someone that you don't. So you
Yeah.
always just keep your options open. Just be nice to everybody.
Yeah, no, good advice. So, millions of photos are posted on Instagram every day, so it can get a little, pretty saturated. What do you recommend to help people make their work stand out and market as their own?
So my big thing is I put a border around my pictures. I kind of just do that because it kind of gives it like a nice, clean, fresh look once you go to my profile. And another thing is when you're posting your own work, watermark it, which means just putting your logo on with a negative background. Just put it like in the corner or somewhere. So if someone reposts that post, they see your logo and they're going to go back to your page. There are a lot of accounts out there that will repost and not give credit to you, which is very sad. You could always message them and tell them to take it down or give you credit, but having that logo on there is kind of just like a security blanket for all the hard work that you've done.
Yeah, it's almost like photos that you get, from a wedding or an event where they watermark each photo. So in the back, until you purchase it, everyone knows that you basically just have it as a proof for now.
Exactly. Yeah. I usually put it in the corner just so it doesn't, because I'm trying to show off my design.
Yeah.
But it's in a place where they can't really crop it out without making the picture look kind of strange and looking like they actually did crop something out.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And then, like, for Instagram stories have gained lots of popularity in recent years. What's your go-to strategy for posting stories that are engaging that have helped grow your brand?
Yeah, so stories is the one thing I struggle with the most. I read it or listened to it on a podcast a while back, just making sure your story is always something's on it constantly. Never let your story run dry. They're on for 24 hours, so they will run out. So I'm always like, whenever I could think about it or I get into Instagram, I just try to find something that I like and put it on my Instagram story. Main reason I do that is if someone comes onto my story or onto my profile and see that I haven't posted in maybe 6 days or a week, maybe
Mm-hmm.
I'm like on vacation or something, they see that my story's still active, so it looks like I'm still an active account. So they're gonna more likely follow someone that's more active.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then a lot of people try to grow their brand via Instagram, hoping to collaborate with larger brands and businesses, right? So, Foyer's been getting tagged in a lot of designers' posts with the design contest and then just what they've done in Neo and so forth. But do you have any suggestions for how to begin these collabs? If you're, an individual designer or a small design firm, it could be maybe intimidating to try to, get some type of larger brand to collaborate with you. What's the advice on, how you could go about doing that?
Yeah, best thing or the thing I have done is really just reach out to people through DM, just building those connections, asking if they want to collab. I've done that with actually businesses. I've reviewed smart locks. I'm about to do a security system. Um, and a lot of companies will have their own influencer programs, and
Mm-hmm.
they have their own home design
Mm-hmm.
decor or something that you could review to get your followers up.
Yeah.
Um, but really just reach out. Don't feel shy at all. Just message or email. Go into their website. A lot of brands will actually have this listed on their website.
Okay. And then just the time it takes. I think a lot of people get a little overwhelmed and think, I have to dedicate every day to this. I've got to dedicate hours of this. Give us the real skinny. I mean, you have 21,000 followers, right? You're not doing this every single day, day in and day out. You had mentioned to us you do 1 to 2 a week, take like 20, 30 minutes on a weekend, kind of get your thoughts together, and then decide when you're going to put them out there. Is 1 to 2 obviously fair enough to build an audience of 20 plus thousand?
Yeah, it's really hard because you need to constantly be on your account to make it look active and make people want to follow you. Yeah, like what you said, I spend like 15, 20 minutes per post trying to figure out what I want to post for the week. And I kind of pre-plan them because I know my schedule for that week and I know how busy I'll be. So if you pre-plan it, you always have stuff saved in your drafts. So if you're running low on time, you could just go into your drafts real quick and submit one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically you, and that's with the hashtag things. When you go into the hashtags and start liking comments and commenting on people, just spend like, if you could even get 10, 15 minutes out of your day to do that right before you go to bed or right when you wake up, it'd be perfect. But the one thing you do have to watch out for is Instagram will punish you or kick you off. If you do like too many posts or comment on too many posts in a short period of time. Also, people could tell if you're just posting one emoji, they're not going to really engage with you. Usually in a caption, people are trying to get you engaged and want you to comment and get along with the conversation. So make sure you take the time to read their caption and get with the conversation so they'll actually more likely follow you than just think you're a robot, basically one of the robot accounts just posting like a fire emoji or a heart.
Yeah. So I really appreciate you, joining us today. Some incredible advice. I mean, 21,000 plus followers is very impressive. We talked about you quite a bit over here at Foyer. You've got great following. So for anyone that's out there that wants to follow Eric, it's Eric Dillman Designs. Follow him on Instagram. Make sure you show him some love. He was nice enough to come out here today to talk with us. The shift to virtual design.